Not everyone who looks rich is actually wealthy. Some people drive luxury cars, wear designer clothes, and take expensive vacations. Yet behind closed doors, their financial situation tells a completely different story. They might be drowning in debt, living paycheck to paycheck, or relying on borrowed money just to maintain an image of success. Being broke isn't always obvious. In fact, some of the wealthiest looking people are struggling the most. While social media and society glorify material possessions, many people are silently battling financial problems they don't want the world to see. Today, we're exposing the 12 subtle signs that someone is secretly broke. If you recognize these in yourself or others, it's time for a financial reality check. Number 1. They have an expensive lifestyle but no clear source of income. You ever meet someone who always has the latest iPhone, takes luxury vacations, and wears designer brands, yet you have no idea how they make their money? They never seem to have a stable job, and if they do, their salary doesn't match their spending habits. Many people fund their lavish lifestyle using credit cards, personal loans, or financial help from family. They're not actually rich, they just know how to make it look like they are. If someone spends beyond their visible means and can't explain how they afford it, chances are they're financially unstable behind the scenes. Number 2. They avoid talking about money, unless it's to brag. A truly wealthy person can talk about money calmly and logically. They discuss investing, saving, and financial strategies without hesitation. But someone who's secretly broke? They either avoid conversations about money or only talk about it to show off. If they always steer the conversation toward what they've bought rather than what they're building, it's a clear sign they're more focused on appearances than actual financial security. Wealthy people focus on net worth, while broke people focus on looking rig. Number 3. Their bank account is always pending. One of the biggest red flags of financial struggle is when someone is constantly waiting for money to hit their account before making plans. You might hear them say things like, "I get paid tomorrow, let's go out then." "Can you spot me? I'll send it later." "I'm just waiting for a payment to clear." When someone has zero financial cushion, every expense is a waiting game. They live paycheck to paycheck, and even minor unexpected costs can throw their whole budget off balance. Number 4. They own expensive things but struggle with everyday expenses. Ever seen someone drive a luxury car but complain about gas prices? Or someone with the newest phone yet they stress over their rent? This is a classic sign of misplaced financial priorities. Instead of ensuring they have enough for necessities, they spend on image-enhancing purchases while struggling behind the scenes. If someone can't afford both luxuries and basic expenses, they're probably stretching their finances too thin. Number 5. They use buy now, pay later for everything. Financially stable people use cash or savings for everyday purchases. But someone who's secretly broke? They rely on installment payment services like Klarna, Afterpay, or Affirm just to afford simple things. These services trick people into thinking they can afford more than they actually can. If someone is constantly breaking down small purchases into multiple payments, it's a sign they don't have the cash flow to support their lifestyle. Number 6. Their credit card is their emergency fund. There's a huge difference between using credit cards for convenience versus relying on them to survive. Wealthy people use credit strategically. They pay off their balance in full each month and maximize rewards. But someone who's secretly broke? Their credit card is their lifeline. If their first reaction to an unexpected expense is, "I'll put it on my card," rather than, "I have savings for this," they're likely in a financial hole. Number 7. They work multiple jobs but have no savings. There's nothing wrong with having multiple income streams. In fact, it's a smart way to build wealth. But when someone is juggling several jobs just to stay afloat, that's a different story. Some people take on side hustles not to grow wealth, but to pay off debts or cover basic living expenses. If someone is working long hours but never has money left over, it's a sign they're stuck in a cycle of survival mode. Number 8. They avoid small expenses, but splurge on big purchases. You ever meet someone who won't spend $10 on lunch but then suddenly drops $500 on designer clothes? This kind of inconsistent spending is a major warning sign. They feel like they're saving by skipping small expenses, but in reality, they're just building up to one big impulsive splurge. This cycle keeps them trapped in financial instability, always bouncing between extreme saving and extreme spending. If small savings seem overly important to them, but they're constantly splurging on major purchases, they're not handling money in a healthy way. Number 9, they always have an excuse for not paying you back. If someone borrows money from you once, you might not think much of it. But if they always have an excuse for why they can't pay you back, it's a sign they're financially unstable. People who are secretly broke will say things like, "I forgot, I'll send it soon." "Can I pay you next month?" "I just had some unexpected expenses." They aren't delaying repayment because they're irresponsible. They genuinely don't have the money to pay you back. This pattern reveals that they're living in financial distress and haven't developed the discipline to manage their funds properly. Number 10. They're obsessed with get-rich-quick schemes. A financially stable person focuses on long-term wealth building. Someone who's secretly broke, they chase quick money schemes. If they're constantly jumping from one money-making trend to the next, whether it's crypto, MLMs, lottery tickets, or risky online businesses, it's a sign they're desperate for fast cash instead of building wealth the right way. Instead of making calculated, strategic decisions, they fall for every shiny object that promises to make them rich overnight. This is a sign of financial desperation, not intelligence. Number 11. They drive a luxury car but can't afford maintenance. Some people buy luxury cars not because they can afford them, but because they want to appear successful. If someone always has a high-end car but complains about gas prices, delays necessary repairs, misses car payments, it's a clear sign they're struggling to keep up with the financial demands of their lifestyle. They might be showing off their car, but they're probably drowning in the hidden costs. Owning a luxury car is fine, but when it becomes a burden, it's no longer a symbol of success. It's a financial trap. Number 12. They're always in a financial crisis. We all experience financial setbacks from time to time, but if someone constantly finds themselves in a financial emergency, unexpected bills, rent struggles, car breakdowns, it's a sign they aren't managing their money properly. A true sign of financial health is having the ability to weather the storms without freaking out. If every month feels like a crisis, they're stuck in a cycle of financial mismanagement. They may seem like they're living a luxurious life on the outside, but on the inside, it's chaos. At the end of the day, real wealth is about what you keep, not what you spend. Many may look rich, but true wealth is built on financial freedom, smart investments, and long-term stability. Next time you see someone flaunting their lifestyle, remember, looking rich is easy, being rich is about discipline and strategy. If you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more on building real wealth. Let me know in the comments.